Soos beloof graad 12's, sien ek julle weer en ons is besig met bedryf 1 toneel 2. So kom ons val dadelik weg. Nou in hierdie toneel gebeur die volgende groot ding in Poppy se lewe. Sy is nou 15, sy is ontwikkeld, sy is 'n pragtige jong meisie en Malena sê sy moet begin dink aan trou. Sy is nou reg om te gaan trou. En Poppy steek 4 voet vas, sy sê sy wil nie met die ou mans van hierdie dorp trou nie. Dan kom kuier Stone Nongena op Lambert's Bay. Hy is van Herschel in die Ciskei en hy kuier by 'n vriend van hom of 'n familielid van hom, Witbooi. Hy kry werk by die fabriek as 'n stoker. Ander woorde iemand wat die vure stook die hele tyd en Poppy sien hom by die fabriek. Goed, so Mosie speel Cupido en hy nooi vir Poppy na Witbooi se huis. Met die eerste oogopslag hou sy glad nie van Stone nie. Hy kom uit die Ciskei. Nou, apparently, they believe that when you're from the Ciskei, you are a raw kind of person. Any case, this didn't deter Stone. He started writing little letters to Poppy. And when she was 16, they started seeing each other, sort of very discreetly. Poppy's broers is aanvanklik glad nie tevrede met hierdie storie nie. Jy weet, soos enige familie dink hulle altyd, maar jy kan beter doen. You can do better. Because the people in the Ciskei really had the raw end of the stick. Things were not very pleasant in that area. Lots of poverty, things like that. In the end, Poppy en Stone is lief vir mekaar. All right? And then it was inevitable that they would get married. Now, what is interesting, Stone se eerste van is Nongena. But then they talked about a groot van. So that was the important surname. And that was Makwati. So that was his regte Kosa van. Goed. Hy het eers in Lambert's Bay leer Afrikaans praat. So he could, at that point, remember Poppy was Afrikaans speaking. And he could help her to understand and to learn isiXhosa. He was a very attractive man. He was neat on his person, netjies. Hy het 'n mooi lyf gehad. He was attractive and he dressed very sharply. The poor man took a year to pay the lobola. You know what lobola is? And Mama Lena used that money to buy trougoed. Oh, excuse my neus juk nou so. The stuff that you will need when you get married. But she put her foot down and she said she's not buying a bed. That was the responsibility of Stone. He had to buy their own bed. Goed. Na 4 maande raak hulle verloof. They are engaged. En dan kom die troue en die troue het 2 dae lank aangehou. Dit was op 'n Woensdag, want hulle moes 'n predikant uit die Kaap uit kry on a Wednesday. And people stayed away from work so that they can attend the wedding. So plank was die strooijonker en Nofgali was die strooimeisie. And it was a huge thing. The first day of the wedding was die troue by Marlena's huis. So it was Poppy's mother's home. She had the white dress on, and it was a very serious matter. She was only allowed to look down and keep quiet. I think many brides today will have a huge problem with that. The first evening, that Wednesday evening, the day of the wedding, Stone went back to his house with his people. Poppy was in Plank's huis, en Marlena en Klein Mahessie. It was just somebody that really had a huge impact on her life. They stayed with Poppy in Plank's house. And the second day, the wedding went to Stone's family's house. And this is where she was dressed in the makoti klere. So that's when you're a married woman, you have a specific outfit that you have to wear. Amongst all of this, Poppy felt very alone. And this is a theme that we will see many times, that she felt alone and that she was wondering where her brothers are. There was a very strong link between her and her brothers. We will see how this plays out in the next scenes. Goed. Hierdie was ook 'n tyd van Ukuyawa. En as ons dit nou moet vertaal in Afrikaans, vermaninge. So it was, in a way, proverbs or culturele lesse wat hulle vir haar geleer het. Proverbs, not really in the real sense of the word. Sy is toe deur haar skoonfamilie geleer hoe om saam te lewe. What you have to do to have a successful marriage and to have a successful relationship. It is so funny that the sad part of this, and she tells us this in what she's saying, that she realized, or they made the point very clearly, that you do not only marry the man, you marry the whole family. And it's true. It's something that is so profound that people need to take seriously. Okay, the in-laws were very happy with Poppy. And the way that she knew that, they said to her that if she has girls one day, she must raise them the way that she was raised. And here, this is the word, this is the way in which she pronounced, she addressed her stepfather. Marlena het nou geword Quenyana en haar broers was die swaars, the brothers-in-law in this whole big family now. Goed, Stone kry 'n erf, 'n stukkie grond by die munisipaliteit en hy bou vir hulle 'n eenkamerhuis, just a single room house van sinkplaat en planke. Julle sal sien Stone is 'n baie innoverende karakter. Op elke plek waar hulle gebly het, het hy 'n tuintjie gemaak met pampoene en wortels en mielies om kos te voorsien. En die einde van daai jaar, toe moet hulle nou vir die skoonma en skoonpa gaan kuier op Herschel. Nou Herschel, ek het dit al vir julle gesê, is in die Oos-Kaap, kan julle sien, daarso is my direction en daar's my hyphen. En hulle het eers met die trein gery en later met die bus. So dit was 'n lang tog. Almal wag vir hulle. Hulle word ingewag by die huis. En die arme Poppy moet op 'n maatjie gaan sit. Sy's nou die nuwe vrou in die familie. So sy moet op die maatjie gaan sit en sy moet nou kyk wat alles hier gebeur. Die vroue het lang rokke gedra met sulke groot doeke om hulle kop en daar was op 'n stadium kom daar 'n swart kat. En die kat kom sit voor haar en daar's hierdie bygeloof wat sy gehad het van dit voorspel niks goed nie. En sy kan niks doen aan hierdie kat wat voor haar sit nie. In hierdie tyd, terwyl sy by haar skoonouers was, her parents-in-law, she had to learn a lot of things. She had to learn the ways of the Xhosa people. Oops, no, that won't work. Sorry. So, what did she learn? She had to learn how to make suurpap. And she was very upset about that because she said, die suurpap wat hulle gemaak het, kom oor 'n lang tyd. Die pap staan amper half in ferment, gis. Sy sê, daar waar sy vandaan kom, gooi hulle sommer net 'n bietjie koeksoda by. Dan raak die pap suur. Sy moes leer om mielies te maal, Coca-Cola. Sy het lande toe gegaan. Sy het geleer om die koring te boela. That is when you separate the chaff from the actual corn, the actual wheat. En dan moes sy ook leer water skep. Nou, omdat sy so jonk was, can you imagine getting married at 16? She didn't know how to be careful, so she immediately became pregnant. And she had the desire to go back to Lambert's Bay and have her baby with her mother. But it didn't work out like that. 5 months, this little baby got a whooping cough and died. Few months later, kry sy 'n baba seentjie. En ons weet nou hierdie baba seentjie is Bonsile. En sy naam beteken iets het reggekom. Something fell into place. So, it's such a lovely name. Maar sy Engelse naam was Stanford. All right? Remember, it was in those days that you had your traditional name and then you also had your English name. And her love term, endearment for him, she called him Klonkie. So now Stone's name also changed from Tataka Bonsile, means dad of Bonsile. Goed. Dit was van toepassing op die vorige een, so ek gaan hierdie net doodtrek, moenie daaroor bekommer nie. Die atmosfeer hier is oorwegend romanties. Onthou, dis 'n troue, dis 'n verloving, en alles is nog nuut. So positief, 'n lekker atmosfeer. Maar daar was ook oomblikke van verskriklike hartseer toe die baba dood is. En dan nou natuurlik wanneer die nuwe baba gebore word, is daar weer groot vreugde. Ons kry hier te doen met 'n voorbeeld van 'n vergelyking. Onthou, hoe herken ons 'n vergelyking? As ons die woord soos of nes of net soos kry. Kan julle sien, daai ene is 'n kombinasie van daai twee. dan weet ons het te doen met 'n vergelyking. Die bus waarmee sy en Stone na Herschel toe ry, lyk soos 'n lorry. Goed, ek sien julle weer as ons gaan praat oor toneel 3.